Like Ali said, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you can get the newest content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. To say that Kawhi Leonard is very frustrated or very upset with the Clippers at this point in time, once again, is an understatement. And, I say that very soundly because, I was reading The Athletic and reading a couple other sites where Kawhi Leonard voiced his frustration here lately. And, we all know where the frustration is coming from, just with the organization itself. And on top of that, how they lost to the Denver Nuggets a few nights ago was very, very, a very bad situation for the Clippers to be in, because you know that, analysts, media, social media, whatever, is going to make something out of that, because the Nuggets is the team that they lost to in the bubble. And it was, not a good outing for the Clippers. And it almost looked like the same reenactment to some people. And, I was looking on social media, since then. And, I've seen, memes and posts and things like that in regards to the Nuggets and Clippers once again. And, a lot of people think that the Nuggets just have the Clippers number. And, it could be one of those situations. We don't know specifically. I do believe that the Clippers have the better team, but at the same time, they just don't play that well against that team specifically, or at least when they play them. I mean, I think, out of the last 6 or 7 meetings, the Nuggets have won 5 out of the last 6 or something like that, against the Clippers. Regardless of that, it doesn't really matter. It's a regular season game. It's not the playoffs. It's not a 7-game series, and it's not the bubble. And that's what we have to look at. But, looking at, Kawhi Leonard, or listening to Kawhi Leonard's frustrations, it really speaks loudly when he says, that the Clippers, you want to be out there. And, in that game against the Nuggets, what he was talking about wanting to be out there was they dug themselves in that hole, being down by 43 points. And, Ty Lue made a decision to go with the reserves the rest of the game, pretty much, just about, what I'm saying. And Kawhi was saying that, when you dig yourself in holes like that, you want to try to dig yourself back out. You got to learn from your mistakes, basically what he was saying, what I'm saying. And Kawhi was already upset with the team in regards to, load managing and all those things. He's already upset with those type things. He's already voiced his opinion on those things about a month ago. If you check out my other videos, you can definitely hear me talk about it, and I can give more insight on it. But as you see the the picture here of or the clip here of what Kawhi Leonard said, what I'm showing you now, it's right now, the Clippers on a 5-game losing streak and everything. But, right now, I just don't look at the Clippers really as a contending team for a championship. I just don't see the championship DNA that they have. And like I said, to me, we could always say that it starts with the best players and everything like that. But, it also starts with the coaching. The coaching is everything. If they're not coached right, if they're not getting the proper, guidance as a team of what they need to be doing, then, they can lose a lot of games they should win. And that's the problem with the Clippers. They're losing a lot of games here lately that they should be winning, or they should be more competitive in, because the coaching is not right. And like I said, I've seen Ty Lue do this about a couple seasons ago. That they played the Atlanta Hawks, a couple seasons ago, and luckily it worked out for them. But the starters played horrible, and then he brought the bench in the second half and let them play predominantly the whole second half. And then on the latter part of the fourth quarter, when they made the comeback and they tied the game, he put the starters back in and they finished it off. So, we've seen Ty Lue do things like that. And, against the Denver Nuggets, what Kawhi was saying is you basically just mailed it in and quit on that game. You didn't even put the starters back in the second half, basically quit on that game and let it be what it's going to be and moved on to the next. That's not how you learn from your mistakes. That's not how you build chemistry. That's not how you get better as a team. That's not how you become more cohesive. And that's something that Ty Lue should know. This is the reason why I said, the Clippers, the scary thing with them right now, if I had to really pick out something, is Ty Lue. Ty Lue is a scary thought for the Clippers because he's really starting to coach more and more like Doc Rivers. The thing, and that was a problem with the Clippers a couple seasons ago. You had Doc Rivers up there coaching like that and, not making adjustments the way he's supposed to in the lineups and the rotations and the basketball IQ and the wisdom that the coach is supposed to have. It just doesn't seem like it's there. I mean, Ty Lue has all these pieces and all these weapons, and there's no reason why this team should be 1 or 2 games above 500. It's no reason why. I mean, and then like I said, when you hear, let's just say this, when you hear Kawhi Leonard talk about load management and all that being a problem, when you hear it coming from him, it's got to be a problem in that organization because everybody knows Kawhi Leonard for load managing, or at least that's the thought or the meme of him, or the thought process of Kawhi Leonard out there in the NBA world. A lot of when people think of load management, they think of him first. You know what I'm saying? Because he come from the, Popovich and the Spurs era of them doing that. But regardless, you're hearing Kawhi Leonard say, like I said a month ago, you heard him speak about it, and now he's speaking about this. You hear Kawhi Leonard say, he need to play more. I've heard in an interview, I'd say maybe a couple weeks ago, in a win, I think, or it might have been a loss they had. But either way, it was the post game after game. He was like, the reporter asked him, well, how are you going to get your rhythm back? And what do you think your rhythm's going to be like? And all that type stuff. And he said, basically just playing games, getting out there, playing. That's how I'm gonna get my rhythm back. That's how I'm gonna, get to where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? But if he can't play back to backs, if he's on load management, time management, all this minutes restriction, all this other stuff, it's gonna take Kawhi a long time to get back. I mean, from where he was. And I'm telling you, a lot of people may not think it, but when a superstar like Kawhi Leonard is not happy, this organization is going to suffer because, as I said, he's in the second year option of his contract. If they don't make Kawhi Leonard happy, it is a very, very, very possible reason. It's very possible for him to leave this team after this season. I mean, a lot of people may not say it. A lot of people may not, think that. And I definitely understand if you don't. I respect it if you don't. But you have to understand, Kawhi Leonard doesn't talk. Kawhi doesn't speak to nobody. And the fact that he doesn't, you don't know what he's thinking at any point in time. I mean, look what he did when he signed with the Clippers when everybody thought he was going to sign with the Lakers a few years ago. I mean, that was like the biggest shocker in sports history because nobody even saw it coming. Everybody had him going to the Lakers, and he pulled off a hat trick and did the opposite. So this is my point. If you're not satisfying Kawhi Leonard, you better understand if Kawhi is not happy, this whole operation is not going to work, and you're not going to keep him going forward. And that's a problem. If Kawhi Leonard walks from this team, hell, Paul George, you got to look at his situation too. He has the same contract basically, off the second year option, on his contract. He can walk as well. Not saying that he would, not saying that Kawhi would, but I'm just saying when you're not satisfying your players like that, you're just not going to get the best out of them. And sometimes they don't care about the results of what happens or where they go going forward because they're not getting what they need where they are. So it's like, I'm just saying, Clippers organization, they better get right. Ty Lue better start coaching a lot better because if he's not going to coach better, if Kawhi is going to get the same reenactment of what he got of Doc Rivers, it's a possibility Kawhi might leave this team. It's very possible because Kawhi doesn't seem like the type of person that's committed to anybody unless they're winning or unless winning championships is a part of that team's DNA. That's just the way I've always taken Kawhi Leonard. And I think that's probably the best way to take him because he rather win than anything else. That's just his thought process. So, I mean, this team better get right soon. This team better start, Kawhi called out the team and everything like that. And, it just, I'm telling you, the Clippers right now, to me, I don't see a championship team right now. I don't see the chemistry getting there. And like I said, if Kawhi Leonard's complaining about load management and minutes restrictions and all that, you really got a problem because, like I said, he's the one that's known for that the most. And he's my favorite player. We all know that. But at the same time, you got to keep your superstars happy. And right now, the Clippers aren't doing that. And like I said, it's not really looking really good for them right now. The good thing is they still got time, but time is of the essence when you're not playing games. games, and you hear Charles Barkley and, Shaq and all them on TNT talk about it or talked about it from that Denver game. Chemistry is huge, man, when you're trying to win a championship. It's not about the talent you have. It's about the chemistry you can build through adversity, good times, bad times, to get you over the hump. And that's the problem with the Clippers. They don't seem like they're building that cohesiveness to me. And without Kawhi and them playing games and back-to-backs and, Paul George is playing on a bad hamstring, this is all concerning for the Clippers. I mean, and honestly, they should sit Paul George out a little while. And as I said before, neither one of them, whoever makes the All-Star game, I don't really care if neither one of them makes it because I don't watch the All-Star game anymore anyway. But regardless, neither one of them should play in the All-Star game. That's a fact. I mean, whether they make it, if they make the All-Star game, one of them don't even play. No, because they need to build this team to get a championship. And they need to be fully healthy for that, for regular season games. All-Star game is fun. That's just, chilling with a couple guys that having fun on the weekend. Damn that. It's about winning a championship, and that's all that needs to be said. And Ty Lue, I'm almost on the fence. I'm on the fence with Ty Lue anyway. I don't like the way he's coaching. I don't really like what his game plan so far with this team. And I can tell you, it can come back to bite the Clippers a whole lot if he doesn't do right. And the only problem is Kawhi and PG is going to take the blame for it, not Ty Lue. They're just going to keep praising him. Oh, he's such a good coach. This and that. And I've given him that credit too. But what I'm seeing right now, this is not good coaching, and this is not a good strategy, and this is not going to win a championship. So things are going to have to get better, or otherwise you might keep hearing Kawhi Leonard sound off quietly, and the team might actually fall apart if it doesn't, get better soon. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, till next time.